Hey guys, so this is Matt here from Every Nation Melbourne. I was just asked to put together a short demonstration of how we did our multicam worship set for Easter. So, yeah, this is it. I'm going to try and keep it as short as possible. So, let's get right into it. This is going to be some of the gear that you need. We obviously need a computer, an audio interface, which is just the interface between the microphone or guitar or something in your computer, headphones or studio monitors so that you can mix with them or even track with them, a DAW, it's an audio recording software. This could be GarageBand, it could be Studio One, Pro Tools, Logic. There's a bunch of them. There's even a bunch of free ones, really. But that's really what you're going to need to do your mixing. And the fifth thing is video editing software. I highly recommend DaVinci Resolve. It's completely free and it can be very daunting. There's a lot of features in it. It's a pro level application. But if you just want to basically just import video, put it into a timeline and export it, you can do that too. You don't have to get into all the technical stuff. Right. So let's take a look at the basic process, the steps we had to take. So just like normal, like you're planning for a set on Sunday, you need to determine your key and the tempo of the song. I have them all kind of set up in my chord charts already, so that was easy. Then I needed to record a guide track with the following. Okay, I needed a click track, something they could follow, to have a constant tempo. I needed some type of vocal guide. You'll hear that usually in the multi-track recordings. You'll hear it before when they say like chorus 2, 3, 4, that kind of thing. So that was just a guide, and then also like I would describe when there's free worship or bring it down a little bit and that kind of stuff. And then finally, I needed some kind of instrument. So for me, it was an acoustic guitar. That's one of my main instruments, but it could be anything. And some DAWs actually have automated chord tracks that you can put in. I know Studio One does that. So you could literally just type it in, the chord changes, and it will play it for you. So yeah, if you need to do that, that's okay too. Let's just take a look at these other steps here. So once I've recorded these three, I send them all to a Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, something, and send them out to the musicians and singers. So it looks something like this. This is just my little one I put together for the guys. This one for Carla, Derek, and Ceci. Great job, guys. You guys ordered awesomely. So this is Derek's, for instance. These are my guide tracks I sent to him. I've got the key and the tempo in each file name. Just make it easy. I've also sent him a little README file. This just basically describes what he will find in this folder, and also giving him a couple of maybe pointers. I've said, for instance, could you record the MIDI? We didn't end up using the MIDI for this one. We just ended up using his straight tracks. But yeah, things like that. I asked him to do 24-bit 48 kilohertz so that we're all in the same setup for that kind of stuff. So everyone got this folder, and I shared that with them. Then once they had recorded everything, I would arrange the videos and audio into separate tracks or separate folders on my computer, just so I keep track of where everything is. Then mix the audio, and then I sync the audio with the video, and that will happen in your video editing software. Finally, you got to export it. And that was it, really. So let me just show you very quickly what we have here. This is Studio One. This is my DAW of choice. I used to be a Pro Tools guy, but it just got too expensive. It was crazy. So yeah, this does everything I needed to do. But basically what I ended up starting off with was the two acoustic guitar tracks, a click track, and a guide vocal. And it basically sounded like this. Chorus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have your click track there. You got your acoustic guitars. also have your guide track, which sounds like breakdown 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Verse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was it. So I sent that off, just like that. And then the musicians tracked to that, and the singers sang to that. I also included a guide vocal track, which was just this little "Oh, your grace, so free," which is just me doing a very quick scratch vocal track of what's happening, so they could follow it pretty easily. I even did that for Lamb of God, which was actually sung by Carla. So my guide vocal track was really high or really low. But yeah, just something that they could follow along with. Yeah, and then I got back the keys from Derek, which sounded great, especially kind of at the end here. And I just cleaned that up a little bit because it was quite bass heavy. Just cleaned up some of the bottom ends. I use the Slate Digital stuff, which sounds phenomenal. This virtual tape machine is like, I just put it on everything because it sounds amazing. Gives this almost like 3D type feel to it. But I mean, this is quite expensive. I just bought this because it was, they do a subscription service and it was currently on sale. And I thought we were going to be locked down for 6 to 8 months. So if I'm stuck here, I might as well use some pretty cool stuff. So I just did that. I've got it everywhere. You'll see. So yeah, I put the keys in. Very easy to lock it in. Because he played with the click, there was a downbeat all the way at the beginning here. Where am I going? There we are. So the intro, if you look here, we've got his downbeat pretty much right there. It was easy enough for me to lock it in. In fact, I think his one actually had some bleed of a click coming through something. Oh, either way, it was very easy to match it up. Did the same thing with the vocals that came in. I did a proper vocal for that one. And then I just blended it all together. And now I want to show you something here. This is Carla's vocal. She sounded great. But just take a listen to the audio here and how it was recorded. I'm going to play this without the insert. You have made me new, now life begins with you. So that has been processed a lot, even without the plugins, because she didn't have a proper audio interface or microphone. Ceci was able to get hold of one, but Carla wasn't able to, and so she just recorded into her phone. So her video and the audio coming from the video is basically what I've put here. And so I had to clean it up a little bit. I used RX7 by Isotope to do some of that. Isotope over here. I was able to denoise it a little bit. So that really helped a lot. And then I just put a little bit of processing on. What I will give you a tip for, if you're mixing phone audio stuff, do as little processing as possible. I know it looks like I've got a lot on here, but this is really just a sibilant de-esser over here. I got 2 of them because the phone audio is really susceptible to that. The sounds. They just pick it up like crazy. So I just had to put a DS on. I'd use 2 different ones to kind of make it a little bit more natural sounding. What did I do with the EQ? Nothing much here. I took off some of the top end because it's very bright. I took off some of the bottom end, although there wasn't really much there. That's just kind of a safety thing. And I gave it a little bump over here just to kind of warm it up a little bit. Also, this was a little bit harsh in this area over here, so I did that. And then I just put a limiter on. So I process it very differently from what I would usually do with a vocal track. A vocal track like this is the one that I did. You know, I've got a EQ and a compressor on there. I've got another compressor here and a tape machine. So I did it very, very differently with this one. So there's a little bit of a tip for you. If you can only record vocals with your phone. Less processing because it's already pretty much optimized, and just get rid of some of the annoyances that come through, like the sibilants and that. I've actually got 3 different sibilants DSs on there. It was really came through pretty harshly. So yeah, but yeah, otherwise that's it. Put all the audio together, and you get.
Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you.
And that's basically it, really. So that's how I did the audio, and I'll move across now to DaVinci Resolve and show you how I just put everything together. All right, so here we have DaVinci Resolve. Now this can look really overwhelming for people. You've got so many different, even just file menus, things within them. There's so much stuff you could possibly do with this, but I'm going to make it really simple for you. You import your media into this thing right over here. So for me, I had it under recording, church streaming, 12th, and you can see I've got audio, pads, and video. So the video I broke down into different folders over here. So say for instance I have vocals from Ceci, and there he is, the man himself. Check that guy out. He's awesome. Love you, Ceci. And so basically just imported him here. Those are the actual tracks, the mixed down tracks I did in Studio One. And I use those as the basis. So once you've got it here, just go to edit. You can ignore everything else over here pretty much, because you don't need anything else. And this is basically it. So here's the track, the audio, the mixed down ones. These are the tracks here. You'll see them. Just 1, 2, 3 songs. Then I've got all the. You take the video and you drag it in. And I just matched it up. I made sure I labeled everything so it was easy to do. And here's all the video tracks. And they're just on top of each other. And you can see how they kind of fade out sometimes. They're not here. And when you import the video, you will see it imports the audio at the same time for that video. And so I just matched up that audio with the actual recording. And then deleted the audio track because I didn't need it anymore. I just needed the video. I already had a decent recording. And that's all I did. And so you'll see I did a little title over here. That's this one here. Also really simple to put in. Really straightforward. What I can do is select this video over here, and I can move this video around however I want. I won't do it now because I still need to export this for individual tracks. But basically you can manipulate this video, you can resize it, you can move it around, and that's how you reposition them. So I just did it by eye, pretty much. And that's really it. I did a couple of things, like I did a fade out here.
Our Savior displayed on a criminal's cross, and darkness rejoiced as though heaven had lost. But then Jesus arose with our freedom in hand. That's when death was arrested and my life began.
And so that's basically it. Once I got them all just linked up together, then I just go deliver. So I'm only using those 3 tabs: media, edit, and deliver. I choose my settings. I think I chose it as YouTube 1080p. Hit start render. It did its thing. And then I uploaded that to Dropbox or Google Drive and sent that through to Pastor Ken. And he used it for the live stream. So yeah, I hope that has helped you a little bit in understanding how it's done. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I know there's a lot of overwhelming stuff, but a lot of it, you can Google and figure it out. I didn't know how to use this program at all. And I kind of just Googled my way through it and figured it out. And there's, like I said, there's still so much I can do with it, and it's completely free. So give it a go. And I'd love to see what you guys come up with. Awesome. Bless you guys.